Hey y'all, today's layout share is from the November Crop and Create Delivered that was done by Scrapbook and Cards Today. The layout that I'm going to show you was a little mini class taught by Allison Davis at Scrapbook Generation, and it was like a little lunch and learn where she did a class using this day in the life too. I pulled out, I have my sticker sheet from the full collection, but we didn't get this, but I just wanted you to see the color scheme and the theme of the papers if you haven't seen it before, because I don't know where my 6x6 paper pad is at the moment. So this is just to give you an idea of the types of paper that's in this collection if you haven't seen it. So we were given the 6x6 paper pad and the pack of ephemera. There was something else we were given that was used, and I cannot locate that either, which was a pack of clear enamel dots, but I used some pink enamel dots out of my stash instead. So I want to show you that you can take some simple papers, a few embellishments, and make a beautiful, elaborate layout, which really, if you broke it down into cost, wasn't, you know, a lot of money, because we used minimal embellishments and let the pattern paper do the work. And here is the layout, and this is beautiful, like sunburst patterns, pattern with the photos in the middle and then a few embellishments. So we took some sheets out of the paper pad, and I don't want to give the specific details of the sizes and such because it was paid content, but we cut strips of paper, and then we took those strips of paper and cut them into angles to make this sunburst. And I'm sure a lot of you have done this type of sunburst pattern before, either on a partial, like on half the page. I've done that quite a bit. But when you use the 6x6 paper patterns, you see a lot more of the design of the pattern when you cut it using smaller strips of paper. So of course you created this big circle, and underneath here where all the points converge, you know, it's not very attractive, but you cover it up and you just see this beautiful sunburst around the photos. And then we use the embellishment pack, and actually the embellishments that were used on the page that Allison did are different than the embellishments that I used on mine. For example, on hers, she used this I am more than lucky, I am blessed, the circular pattern, but it really did not go with the theme of my photos, because my photos are about my granddaughter hugging her brother because he woke up grumpy and upset and didn't want to put on his Halloween costume for a trunk or treat. And that's what she is, a unicorn. That's why she's got this big unicorn she's hanging on to, because that was part of her costume. And he just went to her and said, "Hug me, hug." And so she comforted him. So I thought the more appropriate embellishment for this would be, in a world where you can be anything, be kind and always be kind. I cut that out of the back side of one of the cut-aparts, you know, that's in the pattern paper. See, there's the cameras on that side, and then you had your cut-aparts. So I used that. And then also out of the paper, I cut some of these butterflies, which Allison did, to sprinkle on the page. So that also became part of the embellishment, is the pattern paper. And of course, in Allison's style, she did a lot of stitching, but at that point I was like, I am not in the mood to stitch, because I had another stitching project that I was embroidering for Thanksgiving, so I didn't feel like stitching, so I skipped the stitching. But she did a lot of stitching on these lines here, you know, like in the middle of some of these rays coming out. And then she used the pack of clear enamel dots, but I just went into my stash and pulled out a few pink ones and sprinkled them around. And then I had leaned on my desk and I bent the corner of my paper, because my layout was closer to the edge of the table, so I had a crease in it. So I just cut 1/4 of an inch off of each edge and then put it on this other Echo Park background paper. That this side was like a tone-on-tone polka dot. This side was a navy and white polka dot, and it is in my bins over here that I showed in a previous video of paper by manufacturer. So I pulled from that and was happy that I pulled from that, because I kind of wanted to bring out the darker colors in the pattern papers, because he's wearing a Paw Patrol. It's black and blue Paw Patrol outfit, and then this was navy, so I went with the navy to bring that out. But I thought that this was a great example of how you really don't need a lot of embellishments, a lot of extra things to create a beautiful, colorful, interesting layout. You just have to use your imagination a little bit more and tap into that more creative side. And I'm glad that she shared this style with us. And yeah, I plan on using that again. It was pretty fun and pretty easy to use, and we did not even use the whole paper pad, because you're cutting these in strips, and then from those strips that were left over, I cut smaller strips. And I still had, from the paper that we pulled from the pad, I still had a lot of pieces of paper that we cut into left over. Oh, so see, here's where I cut out. I think that Always Be Kind, it was here, I believe, on that. And then I still have quite a few embellishments left over that will go with the rest of my Echo Park Day in the Life too, because I do have that collection. So, just a little quick video today. I've been not creating as much lately because I have been working on my room, not making much progress, but any little bit that's done is progress. And was prepping for Thanksgiving, and now of course it's the holiday season, so I have a couple of layouts that I made in the past I haven't shared with you yet, so I'll probably share those at some point in time, and maybe a little organization video of the project I'm working on. And that is it for this time. Y'all have a good day. We'll see you next time. Bye.